God, why are you doing this to me? Do I deserve this? What did I do, to make you mad? Like, why are you treating me this way? Am I ever going to stop getting shamed for something out of my control, like my height or, my muscle growth, any of that? When someone tells you that you're weak or that you're not normal, or, that you're not like everyone else and that you'll never be something, all your hopes and dreams, kind of just get cut down. And it tore my heart apart. At the age of 12, I was diagnosed with growth hormone deficiency, which is, when your pituitary gland just stops producing growth hormone. And I always just thought I was the shortest kid in my class and that I was just hitting puberty late. But as time went on, I just continued to not grow and I was just stunted. So we went to a bunch of doctor's appointments and we figured out that I was suffering with growth hormone deficiency. And that was the reasoning why I was not normal to most people's eyes. I was always the shortest and I was always the skinniest, wasn't putting on muscle like all these other middle school kids. And I tried to play sports, but I was always, thrown on the sidelines by coaches and told, come to practice, but never got to play in games. And then all the people who I thought were my friends were talking behind my back about, oh, Nate's all short, he's a midget, all these really harmful things that as a kid you hear and it really tears apart your soul. And instead of letting God define my identity, I started to let people's words affect who I claimed to be. I started to believe that, I was not normal and that I was weak and that I would never be strong and that I would never be able to be a professional athlete. And so I started to just seek acceptance from people rather than from, God, who is the one who created me. So that really put me in a dark place for a long time because I really didn't know where to go. I just kept searching and searching for other people's acceptance when, that's always been an empty thing and it always will be an empty thing.
And the way that you give.
We serve a God of grace. Those small trial and errors can be bigger trial and errors in the moments of life, but as you look back 5 years ago, I saw the struggle in that kid. And he was shameful of who he was. He didn't know who he was, and he sought, acceptance from everybody else. God doesn't do that to us. He accepts us how we are, no matter where we are, and no matter what we've done. And so I just have to remember that, because I couldn't have done it without God, and I wouldn't be where I am without him writing my story. I truly believe that God writes everyone's story to be different. There's been times of tears that no one knows about. There's been, times I fall really hard and there's injuries that no one knew about. And that's all things that go unseen, and that's the ugly part of it. But God turns, all of our ugly parts of our life into something beautiful. He turns graves into gardens. He turns bones into armies. Who knows when God, plans on my ninja career ending, but really the goal isn't to be the best ninja warrior on the planet. It isn't to win every competition. Really, the whole goal of managing my success is to bring people closer to God. And really, God's called us to all be disciples. And that's the reason that I do what I do. I don't do it because I like to swing on things. Yeah, that's cool. But really what I'm here for is to tell stories just like this, where I can inspire more people, share my story and say, what, I did do this, but God did it.
Will